to another special Factorio streaming hour. Um, I don't think there's a lot to say. If you like my videos, please follow and like and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube, and join me and let me know if you'd like to see me play anything else or stream or explain anything else. I'm happy to do so. Just give me some ideas or give me what you're looking for. All right, let me start the actual game. Okay, so where we left off last time is that we'd started building a factory. Um, we built um, the assembly line, or the small assembly line, for the transport belts, the underground transport belts, the splitter, and the inserter, which is great. Um, but it looks like we are seriously running out of iron plate. And so the next task, because I believe last time we expanded the power generation, so we're good there. So now we need to um, make the smelter bigger, and there's not a lot of space to expand it to the west. So instead, I'm going to set up a bunch of parallel smelters to the north to add to this flow that's here. So each one will be 10 smelters, and they'll be fed by a split off of this line of resources here. So let's first move this combination line a little bit further to the east so that there's a little bit more space to work with where we can split some more off. So um, I can do that with just belts. So we'll do that with just belts. And then I'll pick up these old belts, and that gives us a little bit more room to split some flow off with a splitter piece. And then second is I don't have any smelters right now, so I'll build 19. I'm going to go over to where we are mining stone. I'm going to top up this drill. I'm going to go into the chest and make some more smelters. I'm going to take advantage of the assembly line that we have for these inserters, and I'm going to take these inserters for myself so that I can use them. And I don't think I need, I'll take one more, or I'll fill one more stack, I guess, with belts just to be sure. And we'll just build going forward. Now I could, if you look at the way this works, the northernmost run of smelters is only adding iron plates to the top side, the north side of this assembly line. And likewise, the bottom ones, the southerly ones, are only adding plates to the southern part of these transport belts. So I could potentially just add a line of smelters 1 square away from this belt to add from above to the bottom of it and sort of fill it out that way. Or I could just clone this setup here and run them parallel and draw or merge the lines at the end of the smelting. And I think I'll do the latter just from a systematic point of view. So let's do that. But it doesn't matter too much, and certainly if you were short of resources, you might want to reuse those belts instead of adding more. So that's going to be a little tight. I almost I think I'll move it a little down. 1, 2. So that I can have some room to the east of these smelters to run more of the supply past and northerly. So and I will split here for the next run. And sort of faster to place all the inserters that are pointing in one direction down before having to switch them around. And then supply that power. Okay. And then the next is to, let's see here. The next is to connect from the output of this assembly area to this supply line. I'm actually going to move the supply over a little bit to make it easier to merge in. Not really going to be a lot of room for anything else here, so it doesn't matter too much. How far out I go, but I just didn't want to collide with the chest. And I said earlier that I would talk about balancing additions to both sides of the belt. I'm going to do that here. And in fact, I'm even going to build this one, this supply line, so that it's easy to add to it from another supply line. So this is a sort of common design for adding a balance of resources from one line to both sides of another line. It's called an adder, and it's a sort of pattern that a lot of Factorio people use, both to just manage their resources overall and also to, especially for helping balance the load of resources onto a resource bus, which I will be talking about just a little bit later. So I'm going to build another smelting array here. These are kind of small, these smelting arrays. It's okay to do that. I mean, we've got some room. Um, it would be maybe a little more efficient to have the arrays be a little bit longer, but it's fine, again, for the early game to be less efficient about space and more about throughput than space efficiency. And of course, while I'm building these, the assembly machines that I've already set up are continuing to build the products that I set them to build. So that's sort of where the efficiency comes from. I don't have to keep making these things. I can set up machines to make them for me while I'm off doing other business. All right, so again, I'm gonna make room for adding resources. Which I happen to know is that. Um, and I guess just for the sake of efficiency, I will do that. And then there's another adder. So I'm going to keep building until my goal here is to try to deplete the two sources of resources coming in. And actually what's happening now is I'm depleting the coal. So I'm going to expand the coal a little bit more. So I'll build some more electric drills and I'll prioritize the next assembly line I make is going to be building electric drills and assembling machines so that I don't have to do those manually either. And I'll actually make, with the balance of the iron, I'll make some more assembly machines. Okay, I guess I'll do that now with the assembly machines and drills. So assembly machines need iron gears and electronic circuits, and so do drills. Okay, so again, we're going to keep running the supply line up north. We'll split off a supply line in the south to fill the assembling machines for, let's have this assembling line make assembly machines. So it's shift right click, shift left click, shift right click, shift left click, and then this makes the assembly machines. And in inserters, go here, 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 here. Oop, I was in the way for that one. And then here, 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 here. Oop. Violating my pattern. And then provide power. Okay, good. still kind of low on the iron plate throughput, and you can see that we're so low on coal over here that it's not actually populating all the smelters. So let's go back over here. The electric drills for the coal. This power's in the way, this one's in the way. Just move that for now, and then we'll probably have to move it again later, but it's fine. Stopping just short of melding those two lines. Okay, and that is stone and coal, so not good. And then I'll actually scrunch this up a little bit. So that's all coal, that's good. This one is not all coal, that's fine. And we'll actually just run down here. And then make sure that is connected, and I will deconstruct those. Coal, coal, and coal. Alright, so that should help the coal situation. I think I'll actually add one more here just to be truly dedicated. It's a little wonky, but I think it'll be okay. Okay, so that should help build up the coal supply. And we're also seeing that the iron ore supply is also low now, both coming in and coming out. So I want to bolster the iron ore supply as well, which is relatively easily done as long as I don't accidentally add stone to the line. Okay, so that should help a little bit. If we watch the supply, it's still not a solid transport belt full of iron ore, but it is getting better. And we'll come back to this once we've started automatically creating electric drills and add more up here where I'm running around. Okay, and it feels like I've messed this up somehow. Again, just like with the inserter, I've failed to factor in that this assembly machine here that's making assembly machines also needs iron gears. So I will again fix it the way I did the last time, which is letting the iron gear assembly machine send some to the assembly machine that is making more assembly machines. Okay. And I think that'll be the same, yep, that'll be the same situation with the electric drill maker. So I will again build it. I'll try to build it a little more carefully this time so that I don't have to go back and fix it later. Okay. Just want to make sure that the electric drill assembling machine actually churns out at least one electric drill. And if we zoom in, we can see that it is waiting for iron gears. And the reason that it's waiting is that the iron plate supply to the iron gear assembling machine is low. So eventually this will fill up correctly and properly. So it should at least get 5 before it starts moving and actually creating. It looks like it's holding out for 10. Oh, it made it. Excellent. Okay. So we're back to the question of what is going on with the smelters. And it looks like the iron ore feed is still the problem from the iron drills. So we'll actually sort of hang out here. We'll get the 2 that are here and we'll build some more manually. So we want to get some more copper plate and some more iron plate. And I'm getting low on transport belts, so I'm going to restock. I'm actually getting low on electricals, not that low, but I think that while I have the time, I'll use the wood and the copper that I have to make more small electric poles. Okay. Let's do some more drilling. Sort of a chicken and egg situation again. That happens a lot in Factorio. I think I'll do make some room here by cutting down some more trees. Ooh, I am missing a splitter, so I need to go back and restock the splitters. Nice, I got a bunch of splitters. Okay. I still don't really have additional. Well, I have the drills that I'm making manually, so I'll just use those. that splitter there. And actually bump this one more out. So it doesn't really matter which side of that splitter the line comes in. And this is actually a little better for us, coverage-wise. Okay, and then this just needs power. Okay, some more iron ore is coming from the upper transport belt, and it is being split and added to both sides of the lower transport belt. And we're almost there. Just going to watch it a little bit to see if maybe I feel like it would benefit from one more add cycle. There's a little bit more here in this patch to gather, so let's do that. In which case I'm actually going to make this bump out a little more so it's easier to add to. And then cutting down trees to make room for building stuff. And we can always use the wood to make more small electric poles. Alright, so red means I can't, because there's nothing there to drill. Okay, and then good, and then add power. Okay, so again, sparse resources here being split and added in a balanced fashion to the next transport belt. And once these get added on, we're going to go to the the end of the transport belt for iron ore and make sure that it is as densely packed as possible, which it is down here. So now we see that it still splits, but with each split it's half, but iron ore is getting to every smelting array that we have, and we have 3. I usually do 4, so I think I'm going to try to do 4 in this case as well, just to make extra sure that the smelters are not the bottleneck. So this time, because of the way I built it, the space to get the half of the belt to go on north is the easiest way is to do this, which is to split and then go under the existing line. And then I'll have it come over a little bit so it's easier to work with. And then I guess we'll build this way so it's easy to add, even though I'm not actually intending to add anything. Okay, and then that. And once again, power. And once again, smelting is coming in on both sides, merging into one line as it goes out, then getting split again to add in a balanced fashion to the next line that it's adding to. And as we go down this line, we should see, well, it's not completely full, but it's not too bad. Um, we, given the design, so this line here has half of the total flow, and then this line has half of that, and so on. So the further you go along the line here, the less frequently you'll see iron ore, the less efficient it gets the further out from the original source. I could potentially try to run the line to the center too, and then um, have everything enjoy 25 to 50% of the flow. But I think this is okay. It's not the most fabulous. The line here is not completely full, but I think it's enough to supply the assembly lines that we have. And the other sort of good news is that the green circuits belt is not being depleted. So the only thing that's really being depleted is the iron plate. And it looks like, um, especially in these assembly lines that use iron plate down the line for the electric drill assembler, the assembler machine, and the inserter, the line that is holding the iron gears is full, which means the iron gear assembly machine is getting enough iron to stock the assemblers downstream. Uh, so what we would probably do to try to increase production is having more of the ultimate assembly machines, but there's not really a lot of physical room here, so I think it's best to just make one assembler for each complex machine and start thinking about moving on to making a bus and fully filling it and um, running it to another area of the factory, another area to work with um, that's bigger and less compact. So I'm going to check the power. So we're at about 1/3 of the total power, it looks like. It's probably okay. Um, the other thing that we might want to do before we really expand the business is we might want to do something about the cliffs. And the other thing that we might want to do something about is defense. since we haven't sunk any effort into defense. We haven't seen any native life forms yet, but they will come. If you check the pollution map, you can see that my pollution is going beyond the boundaries of what I can see. And that's actually another priority, is to get visibility into places that I can't see yet. So we have a bunch of things that we need to do. Um, and we have some basic building blocks to do it with. Now, we still, for instance, if we want to do radar, which I think I'm going to prioritize next, we still need to build the radar machines by hand, or set up another assembly line to make those, um, which is probably not my first choice, just given that we are kind of crowded and not sure if we have enough room to do what we want. Um, oh, it looks like I have broken the copper smelter by removing power from the coal mine that feeds this copper smelter. So let's resume service there so that the copper keeps flowing. Um, see where we're at now. Okay, we're building the radar. I'm sort of in the middle of my compound right now, which is kind of where I want to put the first radar. So I'm actually going to put it like right next to this assembler, maybe just south of the lab, um, and get it powered up as the first radar. After that, I'll start building radars to add coverage to the map and make sure that everything is sort of real time and well covered by radar. And I may keep building radar until I either run out of power and need to add more power, um, or until I see a native life form. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so the first radar I'll put right here, and I will immediately open the map. So it didn't change the brightly illuminated part of the map, which means a stationary radar is equivalent to the radar that you carry on your own spacesuit. Um, and that's okay. It doesn't need to reach out any further. But let me go back out. It is off center, and if you were looking carefully, you can see that one square just popped into existence next to the main square that was already explored as our starting area. And if you give the radar a little more time, I'm not sure how long, it will eventually make another block pop into existence in the map. There it goes. So that can help sort of center you in the world. That first radar will explore an equal distance around it, even though it can't see those newly scanned blocks real time. It can at least tell you what the terrain is like and tell you if there are any resource patches or water or cliffs or forests that you need to know about or that you might want to defend or whatever. As we add more radar, that scanning of the edges will become more efficient and will also have a longer range. So I'm actually going to place another radar as efficiently as possible to the east and then run power to it from my factory. And then we'll try to build it to the north, but it looks like there might be a body of water there, and then sort of around this original square in the center. So the way to do that is actually, if you look at your mini map in the upper right corner of the screen, and you click once so that you're holding a radar, you can see that the whole mini map becomes this, or part of the whole mini map becomes this light blue overlay. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just sort of do my best to maintain the alignment, the vertical alignment of the radar that I'm carrying with me. And you can see that as I actually walking through trees can be somewhat difficult, but as I move easterly, you can see that the light blue overlay is moving with me, and that's because it's following the radar machine that I am carrying with me. And what I want to do is keep going east until I either run into something like a shoreline, or I get to the edge of my existing light blue radar coverage, which I've just done. And I'm actually going to go a little bit further until it moves beyond. There we go. And then I'm going to come back so that I know I'm at the extreme edge of that range. So I place it here, and you can see it's unpowered. So now I want to go back, dragging power poles behind me until I get back to my base. And then these power poles will transmit power to that radar, and it will become part of my radar network and also my power consuming network. Okay, so I believe that's all connected. Yes, all right. And if I go to the map, you can see the line, the straight line to the east. That's the power that connects the new radar machine, the radar station. And you can see that the coverage is contiguous of the stuff that we can zoom into and see full details. So that's the goal, to build a 3x3 grid of radar that sort of overlap or edge to edge join their clear vision coverage so that I have a greater view of the starting area around me. I still don't see any enemies, so I don't think that's a concern as of yet. This next radar I'm going to place north of the base in the same manner that I did the one to the east. So I'm going to start from where the original radar machine is, and I'm going to head north. Watching the mini map to make sure that my blue square that's following the radar that I'm carrying doesn't drift too far and stays aligned with the grid that we already have. Now there's a cliff right here that's in the way, so I'm going to zoom out and see what's going on there. It looks like if I proceed northwards, it'll be fine. So I'll just go to the right, to the east, and go north. And then I'll go back to approximately where I was and keep. Oh, and I've already gone too far. And so I've just returned to just the edge. And again, I'm going to place that there. And I'm going to run power southerly. It doesn't matter too much whether the power poles are laid out straight, um, just as long as they're connected. Okay, and it looks like that is connected, and it looks like this radar is working because you can zoom in. All right, let's go west. And again, check the mini map, and it looks like we've got power both from the contiguous bright blue line and from the fact that this radar is also working for zooming in and getting high detail for the map. All right, one more to the south, and then we'll do the diagonals. Okay, to go around. Big rock, too far, walk it back, there I am. Drag power back. And I got an award for producing electronic circuits. And again, power is supplied. That's awesome. All right, now, in order to avoid building a hate symbol, I am going to go back down to the southerly radar station and go east and west from it. Ooh, forest. Just thick trunks, but very short. Here's a dead forest. About to go too far. Too far, walk it back. Put it down. So I'm a little bit off kilter, but I don't think it's too bad. If you go into the map, I'm just saying I'm off kilter because the power line from the southern eastern um, radar line came in a little bit high, a little bit northerly, but not too bad. And you can see that everything is aligned in the map, so I'm not too worried about that. And maybe your playstyle is not to have exact alignments, so I wouldn't even worry about it. Going west this time. All right, again, just a little too far, and then walk it back. Now that I've added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 radars, I should probably check my power consumption. Radar machines take a fair amount of kilowatts. Yep, that's connected. All right, so I'll just click on one of these. Yep, so I'm using more than half of my power now, so I think I need to upgrade the power. So I'll go back up to the main factory. Actually, let's just double check. Yeah, so the progress for the radar is looking pretty good. I would say next time I might want to expand out another layer of radar machines, and I also need to do the northwest corner. But let's go attend to, or start attending to the power situation. So for the power, I think, well, let's see the map. I don't know how many I have. Yes, I have 4 boilers and 8 electric steam engines. Um, and it looks like I have room for at least, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I might be able to do I might be able to do 12 more boilers and 24 more steam engines. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, let's do that. That might actually put a strain on the coal that we have coming in, but I think it'll be okay. Alright, so it's not, is it really? Yeah, it is. It's 12 more and 24 more. Yep, okay. So for that I need a bunch of stuff. I'm just going to take all of these and I'm going to go down here and make sure that this has coal it needs, this needs, I'm going to take 150. I think that's too many, but I'm going to take them anyway. And then I think I need, that's just iron, and that's iron and stone. Yeah, so I don't need copper. Alright, so I said 12 more of these, so 2 5s and 2 1s, and then I said 24 steam engines, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then I'm going to make a bunch of pipe so that I can make a bunch of underground pipe. So I'm going to get a little bit more iron and await all of this manufacture being done. And what else? I do have 250 wood, so I think I'll actually make uh, some more electric poles. So I need 250 copper, or let's say 325, since that's what we got. Let's say 300. So I'll add those to the end. So you can see my queue. If I press the arrow to expand, you can see the full thing. The arrow down to collapse. And I think I just accidentally canceled a I did. I just accidentally canceled a steam engine build, so I need to build another one, I think. Is that true? No, I didn't. It's still here. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to transfer my coal into this, and I'm going to give my unsmelted raw iron to that. I did cancel a steam engine, so I'll build another one. I'm going to move back over to the actual power generating station and start laying things out, even though I don't have everything quite ready to go. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Not too far. 1, 2, 3, Wow, that's not bad. All right, and then the same above. I'm actually gonna, so I've caused a power failure for my whole factory. So I'm going to fix that. And then I'm gonna lay out these. And then I'm also going to do 20 more underground type pipes, which is actually doubled when it's actually constructed. Okay, so then I will lay out these. I'm actually not sure if the water pressure will go this far out to the furthest out boiler, but we'll find out. If it doesn't, we can move these around and use more of the lake to provide more water with more offshore drum pumps. Okay. And I guess I can just use some of the underground pipe that I already have. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then nice. Okay. And we'll just keep loading boilers. Okay. Um, okay. I think, I don't know, maybe I should, I think what I'll do is I will actually cancel this one. I don't think I'm doing this right. There we go. Um, and then I will, yeah, I don't think I need that many power poles, so I think I'll wait until I need them. Okay, so now I have a bunch more underground pipes, which is good. And let's just hook up all of these boilers and see if I can answer my own question with respect to the water pressure strength getting out this far. So if I hover over this one, I've got 97 point something of 100. So that seems pretty sufficient, but we'll put it under a little bit of load with the steam generation and see if it's still sufficient. But I think it probably will be fine. So I'm going to connect all of these. And then, how are we doing? Oh, I think I might need to make more underground pipes, but we'll see. Indeed, I do. I can make 3 more, which is really a little bit more, but I do need to go back and get some more. But let's put what we have built under load and see what's going on with the water pressure and the steam pressure. I think we're doing okay, but let's just make sure as we can. Um, so these power poles are redundant, but I think it just makes it more usable to have a consistent pattern, and it doesn't really cost me that much to lay them out redundantly and thoroughly. So I'm just going to look at this lower branch of the water supply, 96.3 to 96.5 out of 100, still looking really good. So I could probably push it much further out. The other thing is I've been building 2 steam engines off of a boiler for a long time. And it may be, yeah, it seems like there's enough steam that I could probably, enough steam pressure that I could probably run at least 1, if not more. It really depends on the overall load on the system. But since I'm pushing it well below 50% of utilization, and probably more like well below 25%, it would probably be okay to do 3 or possibly even 4 steam engines off of a boiler. I've actually never looked it up, so I've never really confirmed what the right call is. Okay, I need to go back to where the steel is to make more underground pipe, so I'm going to go do that. And I'll finish up building up the power station and then end this stream. Happy that I've made yet more progress. What am I even doing? Okay. That's ridiculous. I should definitely be making my own. I should be definitely making assembly machines that make more pipe and underground pipe, because that is a ridiculous number of pipe to make manually and to turn into underground pipe. But I guess that's just how I'm going to be. All right, so that's actually 20 minutes or something. So I'm going to stop here um, and let the construction run, and I'll rejoin you again for part 5 at some future date. The next stream on Monday will probably be offshore trading company. It may be Minecraft, but I doubt it. Although, you can make your vote and let me know on Twitter, or if you're a friend of mine on Facebook, or you can join Twitch and you can tell me on a chat. Um, whatever you like. Let me know if you want to see me play something else or play something you've already seen me more or whatever. Uh, I'm happy to do your bidding and explore interesting things together. All right, take good care and follow and like and subscribe if you're on YouTube, and I will hope to see you again. Bye.